Metric conversions. We're mainly going to convert between grams, milligrams and micrograms, and liters and milliliters. So this chart is really simple, and what happens here is basically the distance between each unit is going to be just like our metric system in teens. So 10, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million. So in this first case, when we need to change from grams to micrograms, what we're going to do is actually multiply that first quantity by 10, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million. Or if you prefer, suggest you just copy that quantity, 0.042, and then as we have just seen, it is going to be 6 decimal places to the right. So from the point we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decimal places. So now the decimal point is not there anymore, and we need to fill those gaps with zeros because we multiplied that number by a million. So what we have to do still here is drop the zeros on the left because there is no need for them to be sitting there, and we see that the decimal point at the end is also unnecessary there because we don't need to write it. So final answer, 42,000 micrograms. That's the next one. So from milligram to gram, so actually then we are actually dividing, we're going to the bigger unit, so 1, 2, 3, or 10, 100,000. So if we are dividing by 1,000, we copy the number, we place the decimal point that is sitting here invisibly, and we do exactly what we've just done, 1, 2, 3. So the new point is sitting there, there's no more point at the end. We must write a 0 on the left because we want to make sure there's no mistake, and it's 0.325 grams. From milligram to micrograms, so same thing, let's copy that number, 1.92, and we see from milligram to micrograms we're going to go 3 decimal places, or 10, 100,000 times bigger. So that's what we do here, 1, 2, 3. That's where the new point is going to be sitting, and we have a 0 at the end. So final answer, 1,920 micrograms. From micrograms now to milligrams, we are going from a smaller unit to a bigger unit, so we are dividing by 10, 100,000, or simply walking the point 3 decimal places to the left. As soon as you look at that whole number and you see no point, think just like money, $520, the decimal point would be sitting straight after the 0. So we go 1, 2, 3 decimal places. Decimal point now is sitting in front of the 5. We need a 0 there, so 0.520. That last 0 is not necessary, so we can say 0.52 milligrams. Milligrams into micrograms, same thing as we were talking about before. We're going to multiply by 1,000. Milligram to microgram. The distance is always going to be 1,000 from the neighboring unit. So in this case we have 8 times 1,000, 8,000 micrograms. If you really wanted to do that movement with the point, place the point first, always at the end if it's a whole number, and then you do it 1, 2, 3 decimal places. That's where the point is, and we have to put a 0 in each of those decimal places. Grams to milligrams, 0.53. If we are in grams, we want to get to milligrams, multiply by 1,000, or move the point 10, 100,000, 3 decimal places. Place the 0. We don't have a point here anymore, so 530 milligrams doesn't look like a good answer. We need to drop that 0 here at the front. 530 milligrams looks pattern. And then we have milliliters into liters. So it will work in the same way, and we could say these are the liters, exactly in the same positions, and these are the milliliters. Liters in grams, like meters, the base unit. Milli in front of it means the unit has been divided in 1,000 equal parts. So 400 milliliters is the same as, place the point if you need to visualize it. We're going from milliliters back to liters. So the same as before, we go 10, 100, 1,000. We are dividing by 1,000 or shifting that decimal point 1, 2, 3 decimal places to the left. So what do we have there? We have 0.400. Those two zeros on the right, imagine we are tilting the number to the right, they will roll off. We don't need those. And of course the decimal point is not sitting at the end anymore, so 0.4 liters. And last one, from liters to milliliters, the other way around. So 1 liter has 1,000 milliliters, so we could even just do this one by investigation, and so that should be, if it's 3.5 liters, it's 3 full liters and a half. So we could say 3,500 milliliters, or count the spaces, 1, 2, 3. We are going to the right 3 decimal places, so from 3.5, 1, 2, 3 places to the right, fill the gaps there with zeros. Your point is now at the end. And as we say, we don't need to show the point if it's a whole number.